We will bring you all updates in regards to that ongoing situation in the Middle East. However, let's move back over to the Americas, where over 200 Venezuelans who were deported from the US on allegations of gang membership earlier this year and detained in an El Salvador jail have arrived home to Caracas. The release was part of a coordinated prisoner exchange with 10 Americans held in Venezuela returned to the United States. In a post on X, El Salvador President Nayib Bukele said the Americans were en route to El Salvador, from where they would continue their journey home. While US Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirmed the release of 10 Americans who were detained in Venezuela. He thanked Bukele for his help in securing the agreement. Venezuela's government said 252 Venezuelans held in El Salvador had been freed. The deportations drew fierce criticism from human rights groups and a legal battle with the Trump administration over allegations that due process were not followed. Family members of many of the Venezuelans and their lawyers deny they had gang ties and said that they were not given a chance to contest the Trump administration's allegations in court. We're now once again joined by Ambassador Suresh Goel to discuss this further. Ambassador Goel, what's your analysis on this situation? We've seen Donald Trump facilitate the return of 10 Americans from Venezuela. However, further allegations of human rights violations towards the Trump administration against immigrants. What is your analysis on this situation?
I would really say that all is well that ends well. I think this was more or less expected because El Salvador could not have kept those Venezuelans in its prisons for a long time in view of all the legal challenges and the allegations about violations of their rights and all kinds of things. There were also the judgment from the federal court in the USA about getting some of them back into the USA because legal processes had not been followed. And now if they have been sent back to Venezuela, Venezuela has taken them back in return for releasing some of the American prisoners. I think on the whole, this really is a situation which now should not create, to my mind, any further legal issues for either the Venezuelans or the Americans. And El Salvador, having released them, should be sitting back happy that finally the crisis is over.
Yes, Ambassador Suresh Goel, thank you very much for joining us on the program.